Welcome to This Is Home. While the countries and cultures and climates may differ, knowing we all have a place to call home is a first step to understanding everything we have in common. We will visit traditional homes around the globe and discover how the definition of home can both change and remain the same. Let's hop to it. The first thing you're going to notice when you open it up on the right hand side is this table of contents panel, and you'll notice that it breaks it down into 8 color-coded regions. And then we can also see those regions on the map as we click and drag around and the little place markers that we're going to go and visit. And so what I want to do with this tutorial is show you a couple of key details about how to navigate so you don't get lost and so you don't get overwhelmed. For our purposes, we're going to actually go and check out the Americas. So I click up here on the right hand corner, and when we get there, we see our navigation panel has changed as we zoom in here into our first stop. And what we see here is we see a choice of 4 separate countries: Peru, Canada, Mexico, and Greenland. Right now, we are visiting Peru. And for starters, it gives us a little bit of background. So, for example, it says the Uros Islands float in Lake Titicaca. The lake, the world's highest lake, towering 3,800 meters above sea level. There are about 87 islands in this region, but one is named Uros Titimaca and belongs to a multi-generational local, Jose P. Sueña Tacona, and 6 other families. And so you would want to start by reading just kind of the general background. So here is Mr. Sueña. And so we've got a little general background on him, and we can kind of zoom in and we can zoom out. But what we really want to do is down at the bottom, we've got this little menu. And right now we're on 1 out of 6. So we've read the little background info. But if we click these arrows here, we're going to notice, watch this little up here, just watch this little guy and how it changes. The little blue paper airplane, as we click it, not only do we see that we're moving and now we're going into street level, but notice we also now have little pegman up here instead of an airplane. And now that we've zoomed in on the home, what you want to do is, again, read the background info about it. But probably more enjoyable for a lot of us is that we can click and drag and start moving around. And we see these little arrows out here. And when you click on them, in a lot of places, you are going to be able to walk around, which is truly incredible. And so I can say, hey, what are these boats over here? And I can zoom in with scrolling in and out. And I've got my little walking arrows that allow me to get closer. I get another look at these boats, which are really, truly incredible, truly fascinating. And over here, in fact, we even see that it talks a little bit about the boats and how they're made with the reeds on the shores of Lake Titicaca. And here we can even see the neighborhood's name that we read about in the intro. But again, you're going to want to just kind of click around, and notice now we're on 2 of 6. And if we keep clicking, it's going to take us inside of a home here, and it will give us a little bit more background info. And so again, we can still see that we are still in the section called This is Life on the Lake, Uros Titimaca, Peru. But if we keep clicking through, we're going to see that we actually move a little bit through Peru. And now we see that we are in Maras, Peru, home of Angel Arias. And so it's going to give us our satellite bird's eye view again. But again, notice down at the bottom, if we click through, we're going to see our paper airplane changes to a little pegman, and we're going to get into street view mode where we can really dive into things. And again, oh, look at the good pupper. That's a good boy. And then, so notice we've again got the background on what we're looking at, and we've got our arrows allowing us to walk around and get a load of that view. My goodness, that trumps the view outside my front door, without a doubt. That is truly a spectacular view. And so again, this is all just on the Americas, remember. And we could also check out Canada, and we click on it. It's going to zoom us out. It's going to whip us around the world. Say bye-bye to South America and all the way up here into Northern Canada. And maybe you lost perspective on where you're at. We could also zoom out. I'm just scrolling out on my mouse wheel. But you've also got the zoom button down here. And so we can see that we're zoomed way out to kind of get some perspective on where we're at. And then we've also got the little compass. We can reset our view on the compass down here. So that's kind of handy to have. But again, you're going to read the background information on that. And again, I can click around through, and it will change from my aerial satellite view down into my 3D view. And so this is all still again on, oh, cold. That looks like home for us, doesn't it? A cold, frigid, barren wasteland. Wow. I'm not looking forward to that. Anyway, Moving on. You might be wondering, okay, so we're in the Americas. How do we get out of the Americas? You might be tempted to click a back button or a back button. Do not click a back button. Do not click a back button. Do not click a back button. Instead, up here, you've got these little three dots right up here where it says more. Go ahead and click those and go back to the table of contents. And when you do, let's say, for example, you wanted to head to South Asia, you could again click South Asia. We are going to zoom way out. We're going to say, bye-bye to Canada. We're going to whip around the world to South Asia. And here in South Asia, we can see we've got two countries. We've got Nepal. We've got India. Go in speed mode here. So again, we can zoom out and we can see we are way high up in the Himalaya Mountains, home to Mount Everest, which is super radical. We can get our nice 3D views. We zoom in to kind of get a feel for where this person is living up here in the middle of the mountains. But more fun, we click our arrows down here and we go from our uh, satellite view to our 3D view, and let's just get a load of that view. Look at that. Can you imagine, gang, waking up to that every morning? How spectacular would that be? Just look at that. You could almost sense and feel and smell the crispness of the mountain air. So your task is going to be to navigate the world, visit these different homes, and fill out your This Is Home handout as you go. I just wanted to give you an overview on what you needed to do. Anyway, so as I was saying, your task is going to be to really just kind of dive in and explore the world. And fill out your sheet as you go. If you have any questions, let me know. But again, don't stress, don't fret. The purpose of this exercise is really to just explore and get a sense for the different regions of the world and the places that people call home. Oh my goodness, look at this down here. Camera, 3,440 meters above sea level. Holy cats, gang. Do you know how high that is? 3440 m2 feet. That's 11,286 feet. Oh my gosh. That's, well, we'll save that for later.